Sam brings up a good point with the flavor. You can sell birthday cake flavored vodka, but you can't sell,
Actually, you got gummy bears, you got everything.
This segment is brought to you by the Havana Cigar Club. New to the Humidor, House of Emilio's 1502 Nomad and Ezra Zion lines. May 18th will be a lobster bake featuring San Latano cigars. The menu feature clams, chicken, chorizo, sauce, lobsters, and 2 cigars. Tickets are $48.40 for members. So that sounds good. I kind of want to go to that.
Dude, you pretty much have to tackle me to keep me away from a lobster bake.
Yeah, no shit. Right?
And good luck. I don't know if you know me, but I'm awful hard to tackle.
That food sounds awesome.
Are they doing it at the store or are they doing it at the beach?
At the store.
Oh, wow.
It's right here at the store, right next door to the Stogie Geek studio. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
$40 for a lobster bake is very reasonable.
I'm trying to get I'm going to try and get my family members to get on board with that and come down because
May 18th. What day of the week is that?
That's a Sunday, I think.
Yeah, it is a Sunday.
Yeah. Will Cooper.
There goes my freaking beard. Son of a bitch.
You burning yourself over there? Stogie
What
Sam's
the
burning
fuck?
himself. Will Cooper.
Look at that thing. Yeah,
You put together a segment for this show.
I did. Okay. So I kind of, at the end of our segment with Enrique, I kind of put a little teaser in there for this segment. In terms of Enrique described his current cigar lines in terms of a breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or, what I would say morning, midday, and evening smoke. And I think a lot of us have, if we kind of look at cigars, there are certain cigars that I think are good morning smokes. There are certain ones that are midday smokes, and there are certain ones that are evening smokes. So I kind of said, why don't we look at some of our favorites that fall into each of those categories? Now, we may have a different definition. My definition, for example, of a midday smoke is a short smoke. My definition for an evening smoke is one where I could just sit back and unwind and really kind of savor the smoke. So, we can kind of go through this, and maybe we can come up with some of the rationale there.
Because something, a lot of people, I don't like smoking after a big meal, eating too much, because it changes. I don't know, maybe.
It does, especially if your palate's shot.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I changed it from dinner to kind of an evening wind down smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sometime after that dinner, let it digest, let it sit down, let it rest, and then I'll smoke. I want to, if you're eating a big, fatty.
No, after a dinner where I gorge myself, I like a big, peaty scotch.
Yeah.
Like.
Yep.
All right, so how are we going to kick this off?
Why don't we start off with some of those morning smoke or breakfast smokes, whatever you want to call them.
I'll tell you what, I got a brand new breakfast smoke. 1502 Emerald.
Yeah, that was Enrique's.
Just don't worry.
My pick for the morning smoke.
I'll just send that to him.
And I smoke a lot in the morning. I mean, just people know I get in my office in the morning where I can smoke. I eat breakfast and I reach for a morning smoke. And I tell you what, the one that stands out in my mind that I'm blown away with, I couldn't afford to smoke one every morning, but damn it, I would try. I don't know. I would maybe sell some of my other cigars to be able to afford one of these a few times a week. Is that Davidoff Grand Cru No. 1? And it was just such a shocker for me to have a cigar from Davidoff that had that Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper that packed so much flavor into it. It's very different from their Millennium Blend, Nicaraguan, Classic, 1000 Series. It's a completely different animal from all of those smokes. That Grand Cru No. 1 sticks out in my mind recently as probably one of the No. 1 morning smokes. Probably right up there with one of your favorites, Mark Jr., that EP Carrillo Short Run, Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
The Robusto, really any of those sizes in that Short Run Connecticut. That sticks out.
Exquisitos. Yeah.
Exquisitos. That
Yep,
sticks out.
I had that on my list too.
Those two cigars in the morning, if I could smoke one of those every morning, I think I would. I would. Either of those two.
So I have a clear winner in the morning smoke for me, and it's the EPC Inaugural.
Yeah, inaugural 2009.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the one for me.
Yep. Yeah, you can tear through those. in the
Yeah,
morning.
I tell you, I mean, I enjoy, like, you know, even the Grotto Silk and whatever, but this 1502 with a coffee and that cereal green taste, I could see it coming together. This tying in really, I'm really blown away by that 1502.
I tell you what, the Grotto Silk and the Lancero,
Yeah.
which I smoked some samples of, that's the tops of my list as well. Tops of my list as well. We're going to be doing something special for that cigar as well, so look for that.
Absolutely.
What
was
about you,
this,
Will?
sorry?
The Silk Lancero the Silk Lancero.
Oh, yeah. I haven't tried the Lancero, actually. But the Silk is a very good Ecuadorian Connecticut.
Very good morning smoke. Yeah,
Yeah.
very good morning smoke.
No, and one last one. I wanted the EPC, the help me out, the white label one, the New Wave Connecticut Palo de Oro. You ever try that? That's really nice. It's a really great, another great. That's a Connecticut broadleaf binder, I believe, or binder. I think it's a binder, right, Coop?
Well, that's the short run has the binder, the Connecticut Burley binder.
No, I thought the New Wave Connecticut did too, didn't it?
No,
No, that's the
Connecticut-
difference between
what
the
they did with
short
the
run.
Yeah, that's right.
run is
That's
they
right. I'm
took
getting confused.
Parts of
yeah.
the New Wave
Yeah,
and parts
right,
of the
right.
Maduro.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they did.
Well, what about you? What do you reach for in the morning?
You know which one I put on there, and you guys are gonna think I'm nuts. The Herrera Esteli in the Lonsdale. I got hooked on smoking those when I was down at Drew Estate last year. I found it a good morning smoke. It's a little, it's a little stronger than folks may go for, but with a nice cup of black coffee, I thought that went down real well. I had the silk
See,
on
I
there
thought
as
the
well,
Toro
no
would be
stuff.
a better morning
The
smoke.
lines that I kind of like, but I just had construction issues with that. I had the
Well,
Paul syndrome.
There have been, the Lonsdale gave me. I had construction issues with some of the other sizes.
Wow.
Can't say I've had it with the Lonsdale, but I have had it with the Corona and the Toro for sure.
I tell you what, one that I would put reaches in the top three. I would smoke one of the, and these are reasonable priced enough where I would smoke one every morning. Is I reach for a Cuban Vitola, and the Cuban Vitola that I would reach for to smoke every morning with coffee is a Monte Cristo Edmundo. I don't know if you guys
Very
have ever
good
done
pick.
that.
Very
first.
good pick.
I don't know if you guys have done that in the morning.
No.
I haven't.
I tell you what, it is absolutely
It-
the perfect.
There's a
morning
great
smoke.
call by Adam L. I mean, the Sterling, great call.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
and I had that
that's
as
the
my
one I
morning
was.
That's
thinking
a
of.
Rhode Island.
and the
Yep.
other
Great.
one,
Yep.
the one. What was the one? Phenomenal one that Adam sent me up. That what was that beautiful 5-pack you sent me up?
Five Vegas?
Five Vegas?
Tell Adam 5 Vegas in the morning. It's phenomenal.
Such a smart ass.
And, Adam L. Right? Yeah, we can go on and on.
Oh,
Two
Hoya,
good calls.
Hoya de Monterrey de Du.
Day Deuce has a little punch to it, though.
It does.
Yeah.
I
But
need a big breakfast. I think that's a big breakfast.
That's
then morning
a
smoke.
brunch.
Yeah, it's a brunch. It's a brunch smoke.
Here we go. Morning brunch.
Love it.
Yeah, it
Love
is.
it. You know, it's interesting. What I did was I went to the Stogie Geeks website and I searched for the term coffee, and that's where I got.
I love it.
some of these.
I didn't even think of that. That's a
Can't
good
send
idea.
any more.
I can send more.
That's okay. I'm
No,
fine.
we're
Adam.
good. No, we're good.
That's
We're
okay.
good.
All right.
Thank you.
All
My
right,
dog
Sam
is done
Zimmerman,
smoking them.
Sam McEnroe Crew Royale sounds nuts, but yes.
I love it. There's some great calls in the chat room. Great.
Adrian
That's
Rome,
Sterling.
Adrian
That's
Rome.
Sterling.
Sterling. That's
Oh,
Sterling.
that Sterling is a phenomenal call.
And that's another one that's kind of it's a little pricey.
It's just too bad. But it's a great smoke.
But I tell you what, it's worth every penny.
Absolutely. I had one, like I said, that was my first smoke the Friday I was in Rhode Island, and it was perfect.
Good calls, guys. Great calls in the chat room. Really.
And another one of my favorites is
26 seconds left in the overtime.
No, it's already done.
Done.
It's double overtime.
Double overtime.
No, that wasn't a morning one. Sorry. Any more morning smokes?
Zedman just said Oliva G. Maduro.
Oh, interesting. I haven't done
Yeah,
that. one.
I've never done
you know
that.
what, I'll give that
They'll
one.
leave
a
a
try
G
in the
because if you look at it, that's a Cameroon, and it's not.
He
I
says
could
the
say-
Maduro.
Oh, the Maduro. Oh, I never.
morning. You know, the G Maduro is not a strong cigar. He's got a good point.
Yeah.
He's got a good point. I also have the Avo Exo, that Petit Corona I've talked about a lot. I like that in the morning, too.
And notice the one we left out, and we all done it and enjoyed it. It's 11-18.
Yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
Camacho.
Oh,
But they
how
don't
about
make
this?
that.
How about this?
They don't make that
No,
anymore.
I know it. Too bad.
And Cia Lee makes it 11-18. It's not the same thing.
You know what I've
It's not
smoked
the same thing.
probably 4 or 5 of over the past 2 weeks? It's the España Corona from Quesada.
Yeah, those are
They've
good
always
more-
been starting
yeah.
off my days. Those are good.
The
España.
España, oh, the Coronas. Oh, dude.
Coronas are short
Creamy
Robustos.
bomb,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, okay, we got to move on. We're gonna
Let
end.
me throw one more dark
yeah.
horse out there because I had this one on my mind. I'm not a big fan of the other cigars in this line, but the Nestor Miranda Special Selection in the Connecticut shade.
I never tried that.
Really?
I think it's the best. I didn't really care for the Scooter or the Rosados in that, but the Connecticut shade
In the
is
Nestor Miranda?
really a good morning. That I think is the best blend in that line.
I'll have to
smoked a
revisit
case-
that.
I smoked a Quesada Jalapa Bellicoso this morning, too. That was a good morning smoke, too.
Yeah, that is a good morning smoke. You're right. You know, I haven't smoked that one in a while either.
Wow.
Yo, Zed hasn't had an España. Make sure it goes up in his pack, dude.
Okay, you hasn't had one of those.
No, send him up. You got the short Robustos left, right?
What's he want? Coronas, short
Do you
robusto.
still have Corona?
He's got
Yeah.
Coronas too, yeah.
Oh, then at the stop, I got them. I'll give him 2 211s, 2 208s, and a Corona.
Okay.
Are we good with the morning? I could
Yeah.
go on in the morning. I
Yeah.
smoke a lot of
We-
cigars in the morning.
Yeah, you're a morning guy.
Well, you know, in the mornings, if I get in early, there's not a lot of people to bug me in the morning, so I can sit there and relax and have coffee. And then as my day
Right.
goes on, it gets crazy.
You know,
right?
when I'm doing my
You know?
housework, it's just important that I smoke.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Very, very important.
First thing in the morning is a nice time to have a cigar.
It
I
is.
tell you what, it really is. Before things get crazy, because once your day gets going, it can be tough. All right, midday smokes, Will.
All right, so I took a midday smoke as one that you're in the middle of the workday. Maybe you're getting a smoke during lunch, or if you're working at home, maybe or at a cigar club, you're smoking. But maybe you want something smaller where you don't have to. Maybe you could take some attention off of it. That's what I call the midday lunch smoke, in my opinion. So it could fall into all those. The one I put in there that is it's a hard cigar to get, but the blend is well known is the Tatuaje Cabaguan. But I like it in the Petite Corona that he did for Drapers. To me, that's a great afternoon smoke where I can get a short smoke in and get a lot of flavor and really enjoy it without getting a lot of strengths too. I also had another one is the Lat 54 Maduro.
Yep.
If I want a little more pop, I go for the Lat 54 Maduro, and that's one I like.
Cool.
I had my midday list. I like the Headley Grange, the Lancero, the Drumstick.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really good. I think that's a good midday.
I think
smoke.
Sumatra wrap cigars are a good
Yeah.
midday
No, I
smoke.
agree.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the-
know what I like? I love the 46 on the what's his
Padron
name?
46.
No. I just got him back in. What the hell is his name? Unbelievable. This is what happens when you drink too much and you're 61 years old. J.D. Howard, the 46.
Yeah, I haven't done that one yet.
I love that in the midday. Love that cigar.
Mm-hmm.
And that Vitola. That
Probably my
ATL says the Elohio LSV midday.
Elohio. I agree with that. I got to revisit some Elohio.
Yeah, that
I think-
LSV, the Corona. And I think Zedman said he's got a couple people may have said this one, the Corona Viva by Underground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another
I
one.
agree.
That's a bell of the ball.
I'll tell you. And the other one I love midday. That's why the Raz. That people
Yeah.
like that in the,
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
morning. I love that midday.
I think that there's a lot of Cuban Vitolas that fit in that midday profile.
Oh, I can go on
pretty
and
much,
on and on.
Pretty much any Cuban Vitola, the majority of them fit that strength and flavor profile that you want in that midday.
Oh, there's a list I can go on forever.
Absolutely.
A couple people mentioned the Herrera Esteli as a
Yep.
morning smoke in the short Corona. I like the short Corona midday.
Midday.
I think
Midday.
it's got a little bit
Midday.
of a
For me,
punch
it's
to it.
midday.
It's got a nice little subtle spice, but the caramel sweetness that's in there, I can see that with a cup of coffee, though. I really
no,
do.
I agree.
There's no wrong answers to this, which is really what's great.
My favorite midday smoke has to be that Tatuaje Black Label Corona Gorda, the jar release.
Oh God, I've been smoking those things like crazy.
Me too. In fact, I smoked
Because it's
one
not
before
really
the
a
show.
morning smoke. I mean,
That's
you could smoke it after
that's
but
every day.
it-
You can smoke everything
It's
but
very
the morning.
versatile. I think my favorite
I
time
can
of day
smoke
is
that in the
midday.
morning.
I could
I have
smoke it
smoked them in the morning.
I could smoke it any time, but I'd say
Tatting away
midday is definitely the way to go with that one.
I think Ed Whedon just said the Tatanawea. I think any of the Tatawahe
Noea,
regular
the
brown
10th
labels
yeah.
are good.
That,
Midday.
and you put some age on those things. Oh man,
Yeah.
the 10th anniversary is another one. Anything with that.
I like the Illusion core line midday too.
Yep.
Like,
No, the Epinase.
No, I like the regular core line better than the Epernase. I like the
The Epinase is more of a medium body.
the CG4, the
Yeah.
Corona Gorda size. That's
You know,
awesome.
a lot of that
The 88s.
A lot of the Illusione is a good midday smoke. Their flavor profile too, strength profile rather, lends itself to midday kind of smoke. Except for the Ultra.
I'll tell you
Ultra
one.
aside, right?
My favorite top 3 or top 2, they're gone now. Well, there's a couple left, but the EPC 2010.
the
what?
2010 was the
Sumatra.
What's the matter?
Sumatra.
I know.
Dark Ritual. That was 2011.
No, the short run or the
2011
Limitata?
was
Oh,
2011 was Dark Ritual.
2011 was
The
Dark
20,
Ritual.
You're talking
2010.
Limitata.
The 2010 was the like really limited one.
Oh, dude!
Oh,
in the
that
morning, I mean,
cigar is-
in the afternoon, it was
Oh.
just so good. And, you know,
That cigar's Oasis.
Yep.
Hands down.
How about the 858
Sungrown.
Rosado?
There was,
Sungrown,
yeah.
You know,
The
I
858 Sungrown, I love those.
I like
things.
smoking.
It's
it-
a great. Adam is on fire right
the
there.
Loroma de Cuba EE.
Double E, dude. That is I'm telling you, 2 for 2.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's a great suggestion.
Pete said the same thing.
I
Yep.
want to go back to the 858 Sungrown. I think that can be a morning or midday smoke.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And it's such an easy smoke, too. The draw is always very easy on
Mm-hmm.
that. I think it's a very easy smoke,
Yep.
morning
No.
or midday for me. Also, the EPC Cardinal.
Yeah.
That's a midday smoke for me. That's not a morning smoke. That's a midday smoke.
Yeah.
I think in either, I think even the Maduro, I like the Cardinal, the Sumatra
Wow.
one better. But
Zedman says Cohiba Robusto.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean any of the Cohiba.
I mean, shit. The
I mean,
Cohiba Robusto. If somebody hands me one of them, whether it's morning, noon, or night, I'm going to
it's
fire
going
it up.
down. Yeah.
Okay. How about Anthropology? The Roma Craft.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a midday smoke too. Absolutely. The Aquitaine would be a later smoke
Yes,
for
later
me,
smoke,
but
yep.
the Cro-Magnon.
We got
yeah.
over Jason. SS looks high. What?
He's talking about you.
Oh, I look high. Oh, so
I thought it was talking about a cigar.
he looks high. It's the glasses, turd.
All right, any more midday smoke? I mean, midday is a broader category than
Yep.
morning, I think.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I think once you get to midday, it opens up pretty much. So the morning has its niche, and and after dinner has its niche. The midday really is
Right. It's
sort of everything, in my
Yep.
opinion.
All right, what about nighttime?
Yeah, so nighttime,
After
you know,
dinner.
I had some staples for nighttime ones.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
But, you know, I had obviously the Padron 26. I
Yep.
had personally the Diablo LE10, the Cien Años Maduro, and any of the Debonaires.
I
Maybe
had
minus the Seguito,
I
which
agree
I
with all
probably
those.
want something
I
a
agree
little
with all
longer
those. I had
in
Padron-
Debonair at night.
Padron 1926 tops on my list along with Opus X. If I think about after dinner when I go out my workshop.
Oh, Opus
and,
X,
and
for
have,
sure.
I mean, when Mark Jr. and I would get together, you know, after dinner on a Sunday night, there was a lot of Padron
And
a
a lot of
Opus
Opus,
X
yeah.
that will never see the light of day again.
Yep.
That was pretty much exclusive. Maybe some LFD thrown in there.
I'm smoking a small batch number 3. The
Yeah.
LGs fall into that
Yeah,
late night
oh,
smoke
absolutely.
for me.
Oh, yeah.
Small batch.
The Opus X, obviously, for me.
You know what I love too? I really enjoy though is the Kane F Lancero.
Yes.
Yep.
I could do that midday, though, too. Personally.
I'll go for T52 as well at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Oh
I
yeah.
smoked one of those this afternoon. I smoked a T52 Bellicoso. It was really good. It was actually.
Is that from the new batch?
It's from the new batch. It was
They're
good.
smoking great, those new batches.
Yeah.
The
I-
T52 is blowing away the League of Nine by far.
And you said that, and that's why I picked one up. And
Oh.
I tell you what, I was not disappointed.
I'm
And
not either.
it's interesting. I had smoked that Ashton that had that tight draw, and my jaw was killing me.
I'll tell you
And I needed something with a
Was
loose
it
straw.
killing you because of the Ashton, or was it killing you for some other reason?
Yeah,
I
no.
mean,
You know.
you sort of have.
How,
a
how about
I,
the
I
how
saved
about
a lot of money on rent, but
how about the 80th Padron? I love that.
oh
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
Oh.
ATL just said that, as a matter
Did
of
he?
fact.
any
yeah.
of the Padron Family Reserve,
Oh.
Dirty
After
Rat,
Dinner.
Dark Ritual,
Yeah.
all good ones.
Dark Rituals. Great
Dark
call.
Rituals, you better smoke them up now. They're starting to go.
You think so? No.
I think so.
Really?
I have like 15 of them.
I
dude.
do. I do
Smoke
too.
smoke them. See what you're thinking. They're not peaked out, but they're just like that dark cherry syrupy
Yeah,
flavor.
I love the dark cherry.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
It's just
like it.
losing it just a little, just a tad bit. Not,
Oh,
it's still enjoyable.
I'd
I say
smoke those
smoke them.
all
If you
day
got
long.
them, smoke them up.
That's
Smoke
probably
if
the
you got
one
'em.
EPC I'd have for sure as an evening smoke is that Dark Ritual.
Oh yeah.
It's like dessert.
Trying to think. There's got to be other ones out there.
Oh, there's tons. There's absolutely
There's
tons.
tons. Yeah, after dinner there's tons. What about that La
I mean-
Bamba?
I mean, I'd even go
Yeah.
for a My Father. A lot of My Fathers like.
Oh,
like
yeah.
You.
Yeah, La Bijou. Yep. And even the anniversary one you were talking about, the one that came out last year. Help me out.
The Don
The
Pepin,
10th,
the 10th
yeah.
anniversary.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Pepin is a phenomenal smoke at nighttime.
I just had one at the tip of my tongue and I lost it.
I do the Padron, the Pyramid in the 64.
That's more of I think, a midday smoke.
Think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. That finish is really strong.
The 80th is just a powerhouse.
80th Perfecto, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Lost City Lancero.
Oh, work of art Maduro. I love those after like late in the day. They're so rich and so full bodied. I love those.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we're leaving about 400 off the list, but you know, it's
The ones that come to mind, though, are the ones that.
That Black Gold.
Yeah.
The
The
black
black-
gold.
I
was
don't know.
fun.
I shouldn't say
The
that.
sake bomb. Hey guys, what about the I know. I remember what I was going to say. The Viaje Skull and Bones. The Daisy Cutter.
Daisy cutter.
Daisy
Oh,
yeah.
Cutter. That cigar's awesome.
I have one of those left.
A Daisy
Coop, I can't. No, we left off for a midday smoke. I can't believe we did it. What was our number 2 smoke of the year?
Oh, you're the snake.
Yeah. How could we leave
Absolutely,
that? How could we
absolutely midday
leave that off for a midday smoke?
I can see how you do
God, I
that.
love that.
I'd agree with that.
Colorado.
Is there a Davidoff that you go for anyone at the end of the day?
Good call.
Maybe
Millennium.
A Millennium Blend.
Yeah.
Millennium
That's
Blend
what
is their strongest one. But I tell you what, though, I have to say, have you guys smoked a new Millennium Blend?
No.
Fresh?
Yeah, you just gave me some for Christmas.
I don't think they're as good as some of the older ones.
Really?
But did you smoke some of the ones you got for Christmas?
Yeah,
And they were good?
I thought so.
I smoked like one of the Toros, maybe even one of the Lancero type. I didn't think it
They
was
came
as
in a
good.
Lancero and a Lonsdale.
Yeah.
How
I
about
didn't
you know
think it
we
was
were going Davidoff and we forgot another one that could be a
Oh,
could be a
Nicaragua.
midday or
Nicaraguan could be
yes,
midday
the
or-
Nica
yeah.
Piano.
Yep. I do that more midday, I think.
Yeah, I think
Me
so.
too.
Interesting
Me
what
too.
they do with that Nicaraguan. They didn't blend a really strong
No.
Nicaraguan, but that's definitely
More of a
midday.
Seiko than a Viso
Yeah.
priming on
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
How
yeah.
about a San Años Lancero at the end of the day?
I could smoke that anytime.
That's one of
I
Martin's favorites.
literally could smoke that all day, every day. If somehow I could get 1,000,000 of those, I would literally trade my humidor for only those.
Wow.
That's the
That's
only
how
cigar
strong
that
you
I
feel?
think I could have forever.
Really
Yeah.
interesting.
Wow.
Interesting.
I think that's one of the only cigars I could
For
have.
me,
That's one of the few times you know everyone likes something. Not everybody likes everything. But have you heard? Okay, pick whatever manufacturer you may think is not what you like. Have you heard anyone not like the Gen Años Maduro? Have you heard anyone complain about that cigar?
Never.
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 Nope.
that may hold the place of the highest rated Stogie Geek cigar of all time.
It's my highest rated one ever. It's the best cigar I've had in the last 10 years.
Yep.
And I smoked one recently, and I tell you,
Me too. I had one this past week.
I don't,
Am
I
I-
don't
am-
change my rating from Oasis.
No, that's a Oasis Plus. There's nothing close to it.
I'm
Mount
so
Rushmore.
stoked that I have a fucking.
That may be one of the
box
best
of
cigars
those.
of all time.
Do you find that? Am I being because of my age? Is that sneaky strong at the end?
No, it is. It is.
Absolutely.
It catches
it
me.
is.
Sometimes like you haven't had it in a while. You take it down. It's like wow, you haven't had it in a while. It's good.
So it's
and
sneaky
then you
strong,
said, then all of
yeah.
a sudden, like the last term, said, holy shit!
Yeah.
You forget about the
and
strength.
and you like to have that strength because
Yeah.
you want to keep them around and age them.
Yeah.
You know.
What was real interesting is when Cigar Federation did their March Madness of cigars, and that cigar was a 16 seed. Just so folks know, that went all the way to the Elite Eight.
That's all it went.
Well, there was, I don't get it. There was a cigar that had a lot of marketing behind this contest.
All right,
It
whatever.
might have got further, but
What ended up winning, Will?
it lost to the cigar that won, which is the La Gloria Cubana Serie R Esteli, and they put a lot of marketing behind that. Is what I'll just kind of leave it at.
All right.
La Gloria. So, the La Aurora Siena Ancho Maduro stood on its own. I'm not knocking the Esteli, but that's not a Siena Ancho Maduro. I'm sorry,
No.
No, not even close.
not even. It's not in the same league, but.
There's not
yeah.
many things that are in that league. though.
It's going to be a very, very sad day in my life when I smoke my last Siena Años Maduro from my box.
It's going to be a while. I have a full box.
I have a full box too. I don't know how long.
I'm
it's
getting
gonna
ready to
be.
replenish. I know some more released recently.
I hope they just keep
Good
putting
call.
those out once
See
in a
what
while.
Brandon just put up? That's true. I like what he said.
Yeah.
What did he say?
So that March Madness had some odd wins.
Oh,
Like I said, there was marketing. I'm not knocking. I think it's great that a cigar company got interested in that contest and put some marketing behind it. But in the end, it kind of hurt some cigars. I'll be fair to Siena Ancho Maduro. There's a comment by some folks haven't had it, so it is a more limited cigar too. So
That's the
I-
only problem with that smoke was how
That's-
limited it was.
Yeah, I agree. That was the only problem.
What's
with
that?
It. Is how limited that Siena Años Maduro.
Oh yeah, it's always limited, but always pops up.
If it pops up, I'm buying another box, without a question.
and it's holding. Now they're about a little over a year and a half old, and they're holding great. Or
They
almost
are.
a year and a half
That's
old.
the other. It's
There's
amazing.
another cigar by them that I thought sort of flew under the radar a little bit too. Is the Diamond Preferido. I thought that was
Yeah.
really good.
It's very good.
It's not as
very
good as the Siena
It's
Años
not
Maduro,
yeah.
but it's very good.
And
What,
another.
what about that Cameroon Lancero?
Oh, that age one, huh?
Mm.
Oh,
Put
my
some
God!
age on that
Whoever
punch.
I don't know who won that 5-pack. He was so lucky to get that. I didn't want
Very.
to give that up.
And I tell you one, the ones that are fresh out of the box are really good. And
They're not even close to what the age.
But I
are.
think they had the same aging potential. I think they've kept that blend very consistent.
Yeah.
And I think even if you bought a box today, if you were to sit on that and age it, they would be just as equally as good as those aged ones.
2.5 minutes into this double overtime.
Holy moly!
Bruins are in double overtime.
They are.
I think we are too.
I've gone.
We are,
Bruins
Stogie
now.
is in double overtime.
Yep, I'm Bruins now.
All right, let's wrap it up here.
Any contest, Will?
Not this week, but I'm going to make an announcement for next week. I talked about this cigar at the beginning of the show, and I have a box of unopened that I just picked up, San Cristobal Clásicos, and we will have a contest, a special contest to win that box. That is something I am donating to the show.
Adam's still saying small batch has the Siena Años. I just bought a box, so I'm holding off on buying another
Who's
one.
coming on the show next week?
We have a guy from El Cedro Cigars, which is a boutique, and he's got a real interesting story from a military background, so he should be a pretty interesting guest. His cigar is called El Cedro. His name's Anwar. I'm not going to try to say his last name. On the
El
15th...
Bustani.
Go ahead, I'm
El
sorry.
Bustani.
Al Bustani.
I can say it in my Italian accent. El Bustani.
Very interesting story. He's got a military background. His cigar is very good, I thought, too.
And then May 15th, we've got Phil Zangi, who will be here in studio along with Paul Joyle, doing
That's
a very
right.
special episode as well.
That's going to be... You got to get to the studio if you're in Rhode Island with those two there. It's going to be awesome.
And then the 22nd, we've got Steve Saka scheduled for the show.
We have Steve Saka.
That's awesome. We
And
get a
then
great
on
lineup.
June 19th, just jumping into June, Glenn Loop, the director of CRA, is going to be on the show, and that's going to be a very important. That should be mandatory watching for every Stogie Geeks fan.
Absolutely.
especially this time right
Mandatory
now.
for every Stogie Geeks listener to join the CRA as well.
Yeah,
Especially now. We need it. We need
we're in the
support.
fight of our life right now.
Absolutely,
Yep.
we are.
We really are, and this is not going to end ideally for us.
Nope.
Unfortunately, something's going to give. So.
Yep. Yes.
Thanks everyone for listening to this edition of the Stogie Geek Show. Again, make sure you stay tuned. Check us out Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Some very special shows we've got coming up. So make sure you stay tuned. Check out our website, StogieGeeks.com, cigar-coop.com for all the reviews. Stogie Geeks for all of our videos. We released video interviews and audio with, if you listen to the feed, I'm sure you've heard, with Grace and Ariel, respectively.
And Robert Wright as well.
And Robert Wright as well. So there are all interviews with those folks out there. Make sure you go watch them. Subscribe to our videos on Blip TV and YouTube. Thanks, everyone, for listening to this edition of the Stogie Geek Show, and we'll see everyone next week. Have a good night, everyone. Ciao.
Ciao, baby.
That's it.
Hey, email the link to that interview to him.
And then let me know when we're off.